Every morning offers you a fresh battlefield where your thoughts become your weapons and your mindset becomes your armor. How you speak to yourself in those first few moments of the day will shape your emotions, your choices, and your outcomes. So before the world tells you who you are, you must declare it to yourself. This isn't just motivation, it's mental reprogramming. Because when you wake up with power in your words, you carry that energy into everything you do. In this video, we'll uncover 14 powerful things you must tell yourself every morning. Truths that will reset your mind, ignite your discipline, and align you with the greatness you were born to walk in. Speak these out loud, feel them deeply, and watch how your life transforms, one sunrise at a time. Number 1. I am not my past. I am my potential. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. The mistakes you've made, the pain you've endured, the chapters you wish you could erase, none of these are your identity. They are simply lessons wrapped in experience, fragments of a version of you that no longer exists. Too many people walk through life, dragging the weight of who they used to be, carrying guilt like it's a badge of honor, when in reality, it's a chain meant to be broken. You are not here to be imprisoned by what was. You are here to step boldly into what can be. Every sunrise that touches your face is proof that life believes in your potential more than your past. That alone is grace. You don't owe the old you any more loyalty. You owe everything to the version of you that's waiting on the other side of growth. Let that sink in. You are not defined by the moments you fell, but by the moments you chose to rise anyway. Maybe you were broken once, but that break wasn't your end. It was the doorway to a stronger, wiser, more aware version of yourself. You have the right to rewrite your narrative at any time. The world may try to remind you of who you were, but your spirit knows who you are becoming. When you look in the mirror, stop searching for remnants of old scars. Instead, see the seed of infinite potential, waiting to be nurtured by belief, action, and faith. There is no expiration date on reinvention. You are under no obligation to remain the person you were a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. Growth is your birthright. Evolution is your power. Stop rehearsing your regrets and start practicing your rebirth. Speak life over yourself every morning and say, I am not my past. I am my potential. Let those words cut through every lie that ever told you you're not enough. Let them silence the echoes of judgment, shame, and doubt. Because here's the truth. Some of the most powerful people alive were once buried in brokenness. But they didn't stay there. They realized that pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. So whatever happened before today, use it. Don't hide it. Transform it. Let your past become the soil, not the ceiling. Let it grow something in you so deep that when people look at you, they don't see where you've been. They feel where you're going. And if there are people who still try to define you by who you used to be, that's their limitation, not yours. You're not obligated to carry their perception. Only your purpose. Walk in it. Own it. Because when you realize that your power lies in your potential, not your past, you'll stop explaining and start elevating. You'll stop shrinking to fit your former self and start expanding into the highest version of who you were always meant to be. So breathe in this truth. You are not your history. You are your possibility. Let today be the first day you live like it. Number 2. Today, I choose progress over perfection. Perfection is a myth, an illusion we chase like a mirage in the desert, always just out of reach, draining our energy, clouding our judgment, and convincing us that nothing we do is ever enough. But today, you stand at the crossroads between pressure and peace, between criticism and courage, and you must make a powerful choice, not to be perfect, but to make progress. That today, you stand at the crossroads between pressure and peace, between criticism and courage, and you must make a powerful choice, not to be perfect, but to make progress, because perfection is stagnant. It waits for all conditions to be ideal, for every fear to be quiet, for every flaw to disappear. But progress moves anyway. Progress steps forward with shaky hands and a hopeful heart. It knows the journey won't be flawless, but it's worth it. It means showing up even when you feel unready, speaking truth even when you failed before. Perfection says, don't try until it's certain. But progress whispers, try anyway. Perfection lives in fear. Fear of being judged, fear of looking foolish, fear of failing publicly. But progress walks hand in hand with courage. It understands that growth doesn't come from getting it all right. It comes from daring to get it wrong and learning anyway. When you choose progress, you free yourself from the prison of overthinking, from the paralysis of not being good enough, and you begin to move in the direction of your destiny, even if it's messy, even if it's slow, because every small action, every single effort compounds. Every morning you choose discipline over delay, you're making progress. Every time you get up after being knocked down, you're growing. Every time you step into the arena, instead of watching from the sidelines, you're rewriting your story. Choosing progress means giving yourself permission to be a beginner, to not have all the answers, to be human. It means looking in the mirror and saying, I may not be where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. And that matters. It means celebrating the inches instead of always craving the miles. Because transformation doesn't happen in quantum leaps. It happens in quiet consistency. It's found in the hours no one applauds, in the decisions no one sees, in the inner battles you win before the world ever notices. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You need to be committed. Perfection is rooted in ego, but progress is grounded in purpose. Perfection seeks validation, but progress seeks evolution. And if you're always chasing flawless, you'll miss the beauty in the becoming. You'll never launch the idea, never share your voice, never take the risk, because the fear of imperfection will keep you locked in inaction. But when you shift your focus to progress, something changes inside you. You start to see failure as feedback. You stop measuring your worth by your outcomes and begin honoring your efforts. You stop being so hard on yourself and start being honest with yourself, not about how far you have to go, but how far you've come. Because the truth is, every master was once a mess. Every expert was once a beginner. Every strong person you admire had days where they felt weak. They just didn't quit. They chose progress. And you can too. Every single day you wake up, you get to make that choice again. You can choose to let the weight of perfection break your spirit, or you can choose to take one brave step forward, knowing that progress is enough. Not perfect, but enough. So today, speak it out loud and believe it deeply. I choose progress over perfection. Let that be your mantra. Let it guide your actions, your thoughts, your attitude. Let it release the pressure that's been crushing your creativity. Let it liberate you from the lie that you're never doing enough. You are not here to perform, you're here to evolve. You are not here to impress, you're here to express. And every time you do something with love, with effort, with honesty, even if it's not perfect, it's powerful. Choosing progress isn't settling, it's strengthening. It's rising in spite of doubt. It's building something real instead of waiting forever to make it flawless. And here's the beautiful truth. Consistent progress eventually looks like perfection, but it starts in the grind, in the grit, in the daily decision to keep moving forward. Don't let your potential die in the waiting room of perfectionism. Don't let your gifts go unused because you were scared they weren't polished enough. Give what you have. Start where you are. Trust that who you are right now is already equipped to take the next step. So whatever you're working on, building, healing, or becoming, keep going. Don't pause for perfection. Don't wait for the ideal version of yourself to arrive, because your power is in the process. Your victory is in the movement, and your peace is in knowing that progress, no matter how small, is still progress. Today, right now, make the choice that will change your life. Say it again, not as a wish, but as a declaration. Today, I choose progress over perfection. Number 3, my energy is sacred and I protect it fiercely. Your energy is not just a feeling or a fleeting mood. It is your life force, your invisible currency. The vibration that speaks before your words ever do. It is sacred because it shapes your reality, colors your perception, and attracts or repels the people, experiences, and outcomes that enter your life. And yet, most people walk through the world leaking their energy into everything and everyone, giving it away freely to conflict, chaos, toxic conversations, unnecessary arguments, distractions dressed as opportunities, and people who only take, never pour back. But today, that ends. Today, you wake up and understand with unshakable clarity that your energy is sacred and you must protect it fiercely, not softly, not sometimes, fiercely like a warrior guards a kingdom, because every time you let someone's negativity crawl into your spirit, you give away a piece of your peace. Every time you allow someone to emotionally drain you, you've handed them permission to rob you of clarity, focus, and alignment. You are not required to attend every argument you're invited to. You are not obligated to explain your peace to people who live in permanent chaos. Your energy is your responsibility, and every single morning you must decide what gets access to it. Just like your home has doors to keep out what doesn't belong, your inner world needs boundaries. And boundaries aren't walls, they're filters. They're statements of self-respect that say, I love myself enough not to let this in. You see, when you treat your energy as sacred, you stop trying to please everyone. You stop saying yes out of guilt and start saying no out of wisdom. You stop responding to things that don't deserve your attention. You stop chasing people who don't see your value. You start walking away, not with bitterness, but with power. Because the truth is, not everyone deserves access to you. Not every space is worthy of your presence. Not every conversation is worth your response. Protecting your energy means being aware of how you feel after interactions and making decisions based on that awareness. It means noticing who leaves you drained and who leaves you energized. It means choosing stillness over noise, truth over tolerance, and alignment over approval. And this is not selfish, it's sacred self-preservation. Because you cannot pour into your purpose if you're constantly being emptied by distraction. You cannot shine your light if you're always dimming it for others to feel comfortable. You were not created to carry the weight of everyone's dysfunction. You were not a dumping ground for other people's chaos. You were not a battery to charge everyone else while you are running on empty. So protect your mornings. Guard your routines. Be mindful of who has your ear and your time. Be intentional with your spaces, your circle, your screen time, your self-talk. Protect your joy like it's a priceless treasure, because it is. Protect your peace like it's your spiritual oxygen, because it is. You see, when you start treating your energy like the sacred force it is, everything changes. You become more intuitive, more grounded, more focused. You begin attracting people who respect your presence instead of demanding your sacrifice. You start feeling lighter, clearer, stronger, not because your life is perfect, but because your soul is no longer being drained. And you realize that the most powerful form of self-love is in bubble baths or spa days. It's protecting your energy like your future depends on it, because it does. The quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of your energy. So if something robs your peace, steals your clarity, confuses your spirit, it's too expensive. Let it go. If someone's presence leaves you feeling less like yourself, protect your boundary. If a habit keeps you stuck in low vibration, cut it off. Not later. Now. This is your time to elevate, to rise, to reserve your energy for things that build you, challenge you, heal you, and inspire you. Anything less is a leak in your power, and your power is not something to be wasted. So let the world know, not through anger, but through unwavering clarity. My energy is sacred, and I protect it fiercely. That is your shield, that is your standard, and that is your truth from this day forward. Because when your energy is guarded, your purpose becomes unstoppable. Number 4, everything I need is already within me. You've spent too long searching outside yourself for what has always lived within you. Validation from others, confidence in comparison, purpose from approval, peace in possessions. But the truth you've been running from is this: everything you need is already within you. Not out there, not someday, not after one more achievement or another person's affirmation. It's here, now, inside. The strength you seek, it's already in your bones. The clarity you crave, it's buried under the noise you keep entertaining. The courage you pray for, it's whispering in the silence between your doubt and your destiny. The love, the power, the creativity, the wisdom, the resilience, it's not something you find, it's something you uncover. Because life doesn't withhold gifts from you, it waits for you to remember who you are. You weren't created incomplete. You weren't born broken. You came into this world fully equipped for your assignment, fully capable of handling the storms and the seasons that would try to test your worth. But the world taught you to forget. It taught you to look outward for answers, to depend on external applause, to measure your worth in likes, to chase status over stillness. It taught you to hide your light, to doubt your voice, to wait for permission before you move. And now here you are, exhausted from the performance, worn down by the search, wondering why peace is still out of reach. But what if it was never lost? What if the answers aren't ahead of you, but within you? What if you stopped seeking and started seeing? Because the moment you turn inward, the moment you quiet the noise, the moment you stop begging for what you already have, you'll discover the truth that will set your soul on fire. You are enough. You are already enough, not when you achieve more, not when you become someone else, not when life finally cooperates. Now, as you are. And when you understand this, when you deeply feel this, you begin to live differently. You stop chasing and start creating. You stop comparing and start honoring. You stop doubting and start deciding. You start showing up with boldness because you realize that the treasure you were looking for was buried in your own soul the entire time. It's not ego, it's divine awareness. It's not arrogance, it's sacred alignment. It's the knowing that you are not just a person. You are a portal of purpose, a vessel of divine intelligence, a walking miracle carrying ideas, gifts, love, healing and power this world desperately needs. But you have to access it. You have to believe it. You have to get still enough, brave enough, and disciplined enough to pull it out. Everything you need to rise, to rebuild, to become. It's already been placed in you by design. Your job is not to add to yourself, it's to remember yourself. To strip away the doubt, the fear, the trauma, the lies, the layers that made you forget. You don't need more to be more. You need truth to be free. And the truth is this: your mind is capable of vision far beyond your circumstances. Your spirit is stronger than the wounds you thought would destroy you. Your voice is needed in rooms you haven't even entered yet. You already have what it takes. You just haven't activated it fully. You keep asking for signs when you are the sign. You keep waiting for a savior